Good afternoon, students, and welcome back for the video class of political science. Previously, we started with the fourth unit, that is Constitution and Government. So, in previous videos, we seen definition, meaning of Constitution as well as government also. Then we seen about constitutional government, and in last video we seen different types of constitutions. So, two types we see, written, unwritten. So, written constitution, where all the documents or all the things happen in the form of written, they have made in documentation form. Okay, so all the rules and regulations found in written form, in the documentation form, that is written constitution. For example, Indian Constitution. And second one we see unwritten constitution, where rules and regulations are based on the public opinion, uses, traditions, customs. Okay, so on the basis of these, and these are evolved from time to time. As per the need, these are going to be changes. But there is no any written document for that. These are like in the oral form itself. Very few documents we will get in an unwritten constitution. And the best example for unwritten constitution is the Constitution of UK, United Kingdom, that is England. Okay. Then we see its features. Now today we are going to start with the new topic, that is rigid and flexible constitution. So what it means? What do you mean by rigid constitution and what are the features? Then what do you mean by flexible constitution and what are its features? That we are going to see. So now let's start with the first one, rigid constitution. So now first we are going to see here about rigid constitution, then we will discuss about flexible constitution. Okay, so what means exactly rigid constitution? So rigid is nothing but which needs special procedure to change, which cannot be easily changed. Rigid constitution. So it is called as which cannot be changed easily. Which cannot be changed easily. So that is called as rigid. Change mada special procedure ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಈಸಿಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಸಹಜ ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಕಾನೂನುದಾಗ ನಾವು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So that is called as a rigid constitution. So where we need special method of amendment, special procedure ದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದು ಒಂದು ನಾವು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸಹಜ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಘಟನಾವಳಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ನಿಯಮಾವಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಜಾರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದು ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಸೈನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಹೋದಾಗ 5 ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವಲ್ಲಿ, 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ again reading will be there. So 5 steps are there that we are going to study in the next unit, but it is a very rigid one, easily you can't change in our constitution. That's why it is called a rigid constitution. It needs special procedure. Now, and you can have, and only Constituent Assembly can make laws, can have changes in that law. There is a distinction between constitutional law and ordinary law. Rigid Parliament A rigid constitution is written and enacted by the Constituent Assembly. Written and enacted. Written and enacted by Constituent Assembly. घटना समिति दिग्गजन ನೀವು ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಕಾನೂನುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Only the thing is that executive has to enact as per it. It's not going to be made by the parliament. Parliament ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಶಾಸಕರು ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ ಶಾಸಕರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಖರೆ ಆ ಶಾಸಕರು ಈ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Only it is made by Constituent Assembly, not by the Parliament. Okay, that is the main difference in between rigid constitution and flexible. Now the limitation: the Parliament of the country can frame law within the limitation of the Constitution, and executive can enact it according to Constituent Assembly, but they don't have any rights to change it. Okay, the Constitution of USA and Russia, for example, for this USA, Russia. So these nations, they have rigid constitution where only Constituent Assembly can have the changes. They can make changes. Only Constituent Assembly. That is the main thing. So USA and Russia, you can give example for rigid constitution. Now, then what exactly the definition you can give here? So two definitions are there. One is given by A.V. Dice. What is that? A rigid constitution is one under which certain laws are generally known as constitutional law or fundamental law, where changes cannot be done. Fundamental laws cannot be changed in the same manner as the ordinary law. One constitutional law is a rigid constitution. Constitutional law, Constituent Assembly ne change ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. Ordinary law, already we have seen types of law. So constitutional law made by the Constituent Assembly, whereas ordinary law made by the members of Parliament. So ಯಾವ ತರ Parliament members of ordinary law ದ changes ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, easy work changes ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, not in constitutional law. So the rigid constitution only changed by the Constituent Assembly itself. That's why it is called as a rigid. ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರಹದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. One definition has been given by Professor Gallagher. What he told or what he said: rigid constitution are those which legally. Professor Gallagher has defined about it. A rigid constitution are those which cannot be, which legally stand over and above, which legally stand over and above ordinary law. Ordinary law, and which may be amended by different process, and which may be amended by special process. So this definition you can make it, you can by heart it for the examination. So main question comes, what do you mean by rigid constitution, and write its features. So these things you have to write. So Professor Darwin has told, rigid constitution are those which legally stand over and above ordinary law. Ordinary law ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವುದು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, that is called as a rigid constitution, and which may amended by the special process. So to make the changes in this rigid constitution, we need special process. That is the main thing. So this is about the rigid constitution, its definition and meaning. Now we'll see what are its features. Features of rigid constitution. So first thing we can see, it cannot be easily changed. In the rigid constitution, constitutional law is superior to an ordinary law. One thing, superior to ordinary law. Ordinary law which is made by the parliament members, and this rigid constitution or rigid laws, constitutional law are made by the constituent assembly. So it is superior to ordinary law. Superior ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೇಲಿನ. Okay, so that is the first thing. Second, constitutional law is made by the constituent assembly, not by the parliament. Made by constituent assembly, not by the parliament. So parliament, what the laws are made by the parliament, that is called as ordinary law, and laws which are made by the constituent assembly, that is called as a constitutional law. So that constitutional law is known as a rigid constitution. Okay, this is second one. Third one is that a special procedure is needed to amend it. Special procedure is needed for the amendment. So as I told, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha precedent, in every Sabha, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, there are the 5 steps which the law moves. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ ಲೋಕಸಭಾದಾಗ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾದಾಗ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಅದು 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ನಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್. ಲೋಕಸಭಾದಾಗ 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಅದು, ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾದಾಗ 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಅದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎರಡು ಭವನದಿಂದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಅವರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಹೊರಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವು 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಮತ್ತೆ 5 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಆದ ನಂತರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಲಾಂಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಂದಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. That's why it is called as a special procedure, and because of that special procedure, it is called as a rigid constitution. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಟೈಮ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೈತಿ, ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ. Fourth, here the powers of the government are defined and limited by the constitution. Define and limited powers of government. Powers of government are going to be limited and are going to be defined. Defined and limited by the Constitution. That's why it's important. Powers of government are defined and limited. Defined and limited itself by the Constitution. Here, special procedure made by Constituent Assembly superior to ordinary law. Okay, and the last point, last feature, that is it. Judiciary can interpret the laws made by the Parliament. Judiciary can interpret. Interpretation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾಯ್ದೆ ಕಾನೂನು ನೀವು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಸರಿ ಏಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು ನೋಡೋದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರಲೇ ಅದು ನ್ಯಾಯವಿಧಾನ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. Judiciary interprets the law. Made by Parliament. What the laws are made by the Parliament? By the members of Parliament, that laws can be judged by the judiciary. So this is by the rigid constitution. Now comparatively we will see about the flexible constitution. Flexible. Now in this flexible, what you can see, completely opposite to the rigid constitution. Complete, completely opposite bರ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಏಕಿ ಅಕಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. So here, which cannot be changed easily, in flexible constitution, it can be changed easily. ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Can be changed easily. Here we see written and enacted by the Constituent Assembly, but here Parliament can enact the laws. Which here it is going to be changed in the same way passing of the ordinary law. Flexible constitution. Yeah, in this type of special methods or amendment is not required. Special procedure is not required here. Special procedure is not required. It can be made easily as like the ordinary law. So it's called as a flexible constitution. Easily we can make it, and it does not make any difference or between constitutional law and ordinary law. Both laws are made by the Parliament following a common law making procedure made by Parliament. Parliament members. So there will not be any kind of difference in between constitutional law and this ordinary law. So commonly one procedure is used here, but here special procedure is needed. Okay. Then which examples we can give here? And one more thing here, this rigid is always written one, but flexible constitution may comes written as well as unwritten. It may be written or unwritten. So best example we can give here for this Constitution of UK. Constitution of UK, we can give as an example for the flexible constitution which is not going to be found written. It is unwritten based on custom, traditions, practices, public uses. Okay. ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓರಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದಾಗ ಇದಾವೆ ಇವು ಕಾಣಬೇಕು. Okay, now we'll see one of the definition for this, what exactly you can give. So same person we will take, Professor Garner. So what he has defined, how he has defined for flexible constitution. So the flexible constitution places constitutional law and ordinary law. Flexible constitution places constitutional law and ordinary law. Ordinary law at same footing. What he has said, the flexible constitution places constitutional law and ordinary law on the same footing. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರಹದ ಭೇದಭಾವ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಲಾನು ಸೇಮ್ ಐತಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಲಾನು ಸೇಮ್ ಐತಿ. ಬಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಲಾ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ, ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಲಾ ಇಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. That is different. But in a flexible constitution, both are same. Okay, made by the parliament itself here in the flexible constitution. It has been defined by the Professor Gardner. Now further you can see one more definition is given by the side. The flexible constitution places constitutional law and ordinary law the same way, both processed from the same source. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಲಾನು ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಲಾನು, ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ on the same footing. That is defined by Professor Gardner about the flexible constitution. Now what are the features of this flexible constitution? Features of flexible constitution. So if you want, you can go as against it or completely opposite to it. So one flexible constitution, there is no distinguish between constitutional law and ordinary law. No distinguish. No distinguish between constitutional law and ordinary law. That is the first one. Second, constitutional law and ordinary law are made by the parliament. Both are made by parliament. Here you can see constitutional law is made by Constituent Assembly, whereas ordinary law is made by the Parliament. Here it is Constituent Assembly, but here it is made by Parliament. That is a difference. No distinguish between constitutional law and ordinary law. Means completely opposite to that. Third point you can take, here means a special procedure, but flexible constitution doesn't require any special procedure to amend it. there is no special procedure. No special procedure is required to amend a flexible constitution or amend the constitution. Okay, no special procedure is required. Powers of the government is defined and limited by the parliament, but here we see by the constitution, but here it is parliament. Powers of government defined and limited by parliament. Here it is parliament, but in the rigid constitution it is about the constitution. So comparatively it can study, but judiciary cannot interpret the laws made by the parliament. Cannot the laws made by parliament. In rigid constitution we see judiciary interprets the law made by parliament, but judiciary cannot interpret laws made by the parliament. In a flexible constitution, it cannot interpret, cannot. So, rigid constitution and flexible constitution both remain opposite. Okay, so as like written, unwritten, rigid, flexible. So this is keep in mind. Here it is very easily cannot be changed. Easily can be changed. It may written and enacted by Constituent Assembly, rigid one, and flexible. It is written by and enacted by the Parliament itself, made by Parliament. Here it is Constituent Assembly, here it is Parliament. This is going to be found in a written form, but here it is written or unwritten. Example, for rigid, USA, Russia, flexible, UK. Okay, definition. Then features you can see, rigid constitution is superior to ordinary, but here no distinguish between the ordinary law and constitutional law. Both are same. Made by Constituent Assembly, here it is made by Parliament. In rigid one, special procedure needed, flexible, no special procedure is needed. Powers of government defined and limited by Constitution, here it is by Parliament. Judiciary can interpret. In rigid, judiciary cannot interpret in flexible. So in short and very easily, by as like differences you can keep in mind rigid constitution and flexible constitution. So this is enough, students, for today's video, and thank you for being up to the end of the video. Have a good day. We'll start new topic in the next video. Thank you.